for the for loop. Okay. Here, for is a keyword. Okay. It's a keyword. Okay. In the keyword list itself, we have the word for. Okay. So it's a keyword. And in this initialization statement, okay, test condition, there is true, important, and iteration statement. Okay, our while, do while also contains these three statements. Okay, while and do while also contains these three statements, but the difference is they are placed in different location. Okay, but in for loop, all should be placed in the single location. Okay, if okay, so whenever we are using the for loop, okay, first time, okay, it's initialize our counter variable. Okay, then test the condition. If condition is true, try to execute the block of statement. Okay, when it's come inside. Okay, if the test condition is true, it's come inside. Execute all these statements. Okay, when it's reached the closing braces, move to the iteration statements. We move to the iteration statements. Okay, this is the way the for loop is executed. Okay, this is the way, or these are the steps should be followed when we are executing the for loop. Okay, any doubt? Shall I repeat one more time? Shall I repeat, ma? Anyone? Hmm? Okay, ma. So whenever we are using the for loop, okay, first step is while we are entering into the for loop. Okay, the first step taken by compiler is initialize our counter variable. Okay, initialize our counter variable. Once it's initialize it, then move to the test condition. Okay, the second step is move to the test condition. Second step is move to the test condition. Okay, and if the test condition is true, it's enter into the block of statement. Okay, it's going to execute the block of statement. Okay, that is when the test condition is true. Okay, if the test condition is false, it's come out from the for loop. Okay, if the test condition is false, it's come out from the come out from the for loop. Okay, if test condition is false. Okay, so if test condition is true, it's going to execute the block of statement. Okay, so execute the next statement, then after completing this statement 2, complete the statement 3. Okay, if maybe we have n number of statements, it's execute all those n number of statements, then move to the end of the block, that is reach to the closing braces. Okay, once it's reached the closing braces, our control switch over back to the iteration statement. It's back to the iteration statement. Okay, this is fourth step in our for loop. Okay, this is the fourth step in our for loop. Okay, so once it's incremented, okay, once the counter variable has been incremented, then it's moved to the test condition. Okay, it's moved to the test condition. Okay, this is our next step. Okay, this is our next step. Okay, if the condition is true, okay, it's going to execute the statement 1, 2 and statement 3 and reach the end of our closing braces, then go back and increment the iteration statement. Okay, increment the iteration statement, then go for test condition. Okay, likewise it's going to repeat it. Okay, likewise it's going to repeat it. Okay, okay, so always it's execute the, always it check the test condition. Okay, when the test condition is false, okay, when it's get the test condition value is false. Okay, if the test condition is true, it's try to execute the statement 1. Okay, when the test condition is false, what should be happen? it's ready to execute the next line of our for loop. Okay, next line of our for loop. Okay, next line of our for loop. So this is the way our for loop is executed. Okay, this is the way our for loop is executed. Okay, so any doubt? Any doubt, ma? No. Okay, so have you got the clear idea about the for loop? Okay, ma. So see the example here. Okay, see the example here. So for is a keyword. Already I told for is a keyword. Okay, and counter is our variable. Okay, looping variable. We are using the looping variable. Okay, probably we are using the looping variable as I. Am I right? We are using the looping variable as I. Instead of that, I am using counter. Okay, instead of that, in this example, we are using variable name as counter. Okay, and we are initialize it as 1. Okay, that is it specify the starting value of our for loop. Okay, starting value of our for loop. Okay, we can specify it as any value. Okay, maybe we want to start it from 50 or 100. Okay, likewise we can give any value. Okay, then next one is okay, ma. All these statements are separated by semicolon. Okay, all these statements are separated by semicolon. Okay, so we are separated by semicolon, then followed by okay. Next, this is test condition. Okay, count is less than or equal to 10. Okay, how many times we are going to execute the block of statements? Okay, that can be specified using the test condition. Okay, so it specify how that is how long we are going to repeat it. Okay, that should be specified inside the test condition. Okay, so final value of control variable for which the condition is true. Okay, how long it should be repeating. Okay, if the condition is true, it's going to repeat it. Okay, when the condition is false, just it's come out and also execute the next line of our for loop. Okay, closing after the closing braces. Okay, then we are using one semicolon, and afterwards okay the last one okay that is iteration statements. Okay, in which way we are going to iterate it. Okay, in which way we are going to iterate it. Okay, that is known as iteration statement. Okay, so we are here we are increment our counter variable. Okay, here we are increment our counter variable. Okay, so when I write I plus plus, okay, I plus plus means we are increment I by 1. Okay, we are increment I by 1. Okay, so already counter variable is 1. Okay, so when I increment it 1 plus 1, that's equal to 2. Okay, that's equal to 2. Okay, in that way we are increment it. Okay, and also we are going to execute the remaining statements. Okay, we are going to repeat the remaining statements. Okay, okay, so let's see an example, then we will see how it should be working on. Okay, so almost you all know while we are okay ma, whenever ISRO going to launch any satellite, okay, they are start the countdown. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, you know about it. Am I right? Good. Okay. So always they gives the countdown. Okay, when it's going to launch. Okay. So we are write down the code for that specific countdown. Okay, we are write the code for that specific countdown. That's all. Okay. So we are initialize. Maybe they can do the countdown for more than 2 days. Am I right? Okay, they are fixing all those things. That's why we can set it as that is we are they are testing all the machines. Okay, that's why they can set the countdown for 2 days. Okay, here we are doing small countdown. Okay, so our countdown start from 10 and until to reach 0. Okay, we are going to repeat it. Okay, so okay, so in the main inside the for loop, I am initialize my counter variable I as 10. Okay, I initialize the counter variable as 10. Okay, so how the compiler going to execute? Okay, after printing this statement, okay, it's initialize the value, then check the condition. Now 10 is greater than 0. The condition is true, so it's going to execute this statement. Okay, going to execute this statement. That is, just we are going to print the I value. Okay, after reaching the closing braces, go back and decrement our counter variable. Already it's 10. 10 minus 1 equal to 9. Then check the condition. Okay, then we are check the condition. Now we are check the condition. 9 is greater than 0. Condition is true. Likewise. Okay. Finally, we can